Dicejunkies. I'm here with
Q
and Frederick Roseman from Cosmetic Arts.
And I'm Xenodamus. Hope you enjoy. All right, so let's get this rolling. We've I didn't grab a lot of news this week. Did you see anything in particular anybody want to talk about in the news?
I'm waiting, but I was going to send a holler out about an upcoming movie I'm looking forward to.
All right, we'll talk about that at the end, I guess, before we go to the next segment. So let's, I guess the first thing we'll talk about is we saw a cool announcement come from Patrick Stewart.
No. Sir Patrick Stewart.
He is knighted.
Yes. And if you noticed, they literally had to put it in there.
You know where I am? I'm not in fucking England. I'm just saying.
Well, he was Scottish, so.
Yeah, well. I'm not there either.
Sir Patrick of Stewart. Please continue. Show the man, show some respect.
Oh, okay. But no, yeah. So Sir Patrick Stewart announced a new Star Trek that'll be coming out starring Jean-Luc Picard.
Sir John. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh my God.
You just don't understand honorifics at all.
Oh Lord.
Asshole Q.
I'm gonna start calling you Xeno-chan.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
No.
Yeah. Everybody, whenever you comment to Xeno, now call him Xeno-chan. Xeno-chan.
No.
Not gonna happen.
Would you prefer Xeno-kun?
So what do you guys think about this, man? New Star Trek with Captain Jean-Luc Picard. That's gonna be awesome, right?
I'm very excited about it because I have actually been out of the loop with Star Trek for a long time. I did grow up watching the original one with William Shatner when I was at my grandmother's house for a while, and then I started watching The Next Generation, and I got hooked onto that. Yes, Patrick Stewart and the guy from Reading Rainbow, like all of them. So it's like, it was just such a classic to really grow up watching. And then
LeVar Burton.
Yeah. LeVar Burton.
And so I've watched the films with the original and then The Next Generation because, like I said, still it was just such a classic thing to watch. And then that one film where they were that one film where they were actually together on the same screen. I thought that was very fascinating. And so after that, I saw a little bit of Deep Space Nine. I couldn't get into that. And then I saw another Star Trek. I couldn't get into that one. So I just kind of like been out of the loop with it. But to hear him actually coming back to playing that same role, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm digging this. I'm actually going to get into this because for one, it's a nostalgic trip for me as an 80s kid.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I feel like that it's going to really pull me back in, but also pull in other people that are like more nostalgic, just like how I am. Like, we like some of the new stuff, but I'm more of like an old school guy because it's just, you can't really beat that childhood sense of excitement that you had back then.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a fanboy of Star Trek or anything like that. But I did grow up on The Next Generation. Like, that's what I grew up on. That was, I watched some reruns of the original Star Trek, but, The Next Generation. That was where it was.
Oh, yeah.
And, after The Next Generation, you had, Deep Space Nine. Yeah. And I couldn't get into Deep Space Nine.
Jeez,
so
I'm the only person that liked Deep Space Nine?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I will admit it was solely because I liked Captain Sisko.
Mm-hmm.
I won't even say that the show was just amazing, but I like Captain Sisko because he's one of the other few captains that his voice and demeanor just had the actual feel of that commanding respect. So it was great casting. Was it great writing?
See, I mean, Babylon 5 was doing it better, so.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Babylon 5. Yeah,
well, I'll give you that. But I like the casting. Like honestly, the next announcement, the only announcement that would be not of course, as popular to me as Patrick Stewart, but if somebody said, "Oh, and then Captain Sisko be in this," I'd be like, "Oh, that's awesome! I like Captain Sisko. Are they gonna write him better this time? Because I think he's a great actor. We've all had that when you have an actor you felt like he could have did better.
Oh no, trust me, Capaldi. Last Doctor, man.
Yeah. Oh God, the next Doctor should be the guy who plays Captain Sisko. Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, Capaldi should have been an awesome Doctor, but poor writing.
But I'll just say this. There's really no other better way to say it. All I know about this Star Trek is just as words. Captain Jean-Luc Picard is back. And I'm excited. That's an amazing thing to do to where that's all we know, and yet it's enough to be that exciting. Just those words lets you know that's how cool.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it this way. Even though a lot of the X-Men sucked, he was awesome. Patrick Stewart was awesome.
Patrick Stewart is so awesome that if they reboot, when Disney gets through rebooting the X-Men, they could bring back Patrick Stewart and Xavier, and no one would care. No one would question the fact that he was in his other movies. Everybody just be like, "Hey man, wasn't that? Shut the fuck up." They'd be like Xavier. Like that would just be the immediate reaction. Like no one would question it. I'm being dead serious. You could put a vote out there.
I
agree. You want to play Xavier? You would just see Stewart.
I mean, that's the thing about him. If he plays a role, he becomes that role.
Oh, yeah.
He's that kind of actor.
In fact, I hate to say it, but they'd almost be better doing a reboot where they do the storyline they kind of did where Xavier's dead, because I don't know who can fill those shoes. That new young guy did okay, but only because he was playing a young one. And I said okay. Okay. But no one can play old bald Xavier like Patrick Stewart. That's just not possible. I don't think anyone can do that.
I mean, I will give James McAvoy his credit for, just playing the younger version of Charles Xavier, because, I mean, you want to know about the uncanny version. It's kind of like the route that they did take with it, where it was like the uncanny version. And some people may argue with me about that, but it's just, I feel like, maybe the reboot is doing pretty good. I mean, they did Apocalypse film, and now we got the Dark Phoenix that's, coming up and all. So
they're still doing that?
Oh yeah, they're still doing it.
But oh god, I was really hoping that.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping
like
so too.
Fire. Like the way we bought Fox.
Like they killed a lot of things because they knew that merger was coming, but that was not one of them.
They said no, we're putting a nail in this coffin. Well, maybe we'll get lucky and Phoenix will just kill everybody and explode. Just give us a good ending of Phoenix murders everyone and then explodes the Earth in
the fucking end.
We did this just to see if you idiots would actually pay to see this movie knowing this is the last one. You're so stupid. It actually has a message. You're a dumbass at the end of the movie. You knew this was the last one, man. Says the X-Men will be back under Disney, rebooted. That's actually what the last line is going.
Oh, and by the way, this is the thing I was talking about. It does say it's going to be on CBS All Access, so it's going to be that same streaming service that the last Star Trek was going to be on. So
but this one might actually be worth paying to see.
Yeah,
it would be.
I still hate these.
And I'm sorry,
systems.
Star Trek fans who like the new one. And I will admit that my prejudice is solely based on the fact that I don't like the look of the new Klingons. I'll confess that the Klingons look odd, and all I can say is I've seen zero cosplay at any place I've been. Though I will admit we don't go to Star Trek cons, but I have seen a couple of characters at Comic Cons do Star Trek, and also the 501. And some of the other groups, and none of those people that do remember the Klingon Federation guys, they do it.
Yeah.
None of them have adopted the new look, so I'm going like these are the biggest Star Trek fans I know.
I think 501 is Star
not 501, Wars. Not 501, the other guy. Oh, that's why I said and the Star Trek guys that do the Klingon thing.
Yeah.
You're good with the names. Everybody knows that. But there's a group that we met that also we have in one of our early con vids, and they do the whole Klingon dress up, and they also do a lot of public service, and they have not to date adopted any of that. And if the biggest Star Trek fans I've ever seen don't do it, that lets me feel confident to go, your new Klingons didn't sell.
All right, so I out of geek news, I just saw this while I was scanning through. This is more me news. Guinness opens its first U.S. brewery. Heck yeah.
Oh, you're going to see more Guinness showing up in the bars. You want to have to hunt, and we go to weird hole in the walls and back doors.
Probably going to see some in my day job now.
You know how many places I've sat in, and I'm like, where would this crap hold? He's like, they've got Guinness. They've got Guinness Black and every other variant of Guinness he drinks. Because we're sitting there, and it's like, it's me, him, one sad bartender, and like a short dude from New York who talks too much shit hanging out with us, like drinking Guinness. I'm just like, And he's like, they've got Guinness. I'm like, all right, apparently you people will go anywhere for Guinness. By you people, I mean these wannabe Irish.
Yeah. My liver's Irish, I say.
He's left the place because they didn't have Guinness. He's been like, we'll be sitting there, he's like, what beers you got? You got Guinness? No. You got this? You got Yingling? No. All right, let's go, man. I was going to order food. This is a red. No, they don't. Oh,
wait, no Jaeger bomb?
I can get a Jaeger bomb anywhere. I'm lucky. Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean? A Jaeger bomb. Jaeger. Hey, shout out to David Cross, man. You're right. Jaeger.
No, but let's see. What else we had this week? We had Pathfinder second ed play test. The PDFs went up, what, Thursday?
Yeah.
So that's available. Do you do any kind of tabletop D&D, anything like that?
I used to do a lot of tabletop gaming when I was back in high school and like early college. The big one that I was into was Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was just talking to your editor about it earlier. Like, I used to be so good at it that like my go-to deck to actually play and for people to actually beat was Zombie Fiend. Until like all of a sudden it was like, buy this deck, buy these upgrades, buy this and that, and I just lost it.
Are you implying that those competitive card games keep selling cards to make more money? I don't believe it.
Yeah, that's one reason I don't do the tabletop card games anymore. Been long out of those myself.
Well, I did try out Force of Will, and a couple of my friends got me into that, and I've been kind of out of the loop of that also, but. Force of Will was actually pretty fun. It was kind of like a mixture of Magic the Gathering, but also Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of the artwork and the way that you play it. So Force of Will actually is very interesting. I mean, it is something that I would play a little bit more of. But as far as like tabletop gaming goes, like if I wasn't doing like so much artwork right now, like yeah, I'd probably be doing like Warhammer or yeah, I mean Warhammer looks very interesting because I love the little miniatures that you get with those. And it's another one, I can't remember exactly what the name of it is, but I think I saw your little miniatures out there for it. That might have been Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, those are mostly Dungeons and Dragons Pathfinder miniatures.
Yeah, there was somebody that was trying to get me into Dungeons and Dragons, but someone told me that I probably should not play with him because he's a little bit different with how he does things. But Dungeons and Dragons, I know that one's been going on for a very long time.
Oh, so. Yeah.
That is amazing insight you pointed out because we can both attest to this. D&D, despite having, and all of its offshoots, Pathfinder, and yeah, I did that. D&D is the original. Even though I like Pathfinder and Attn and all that more, I will always show respect to the OG.
Oh, yeah.
D&D and Palladium, the originals. But man, I've met people who have a really weird idea how D&D plays because the DM really can flavor that experience and can make it a different gaming experience at the table. I've been shocked sometimes how we'll get a new DM and he's running this and I'm just sitting there going like, I've been gaming since this crap was D&D, like the original. And I've never ran anybody who interpreted every rule the way you do. Like just completely you're just going like, what planet are you from? And but I mean, it can change it. So you probably want to start with some vetted people or go to Vans Comics because they both, not only they have a lot of D&D groups, but they have a lot of where you can try new card games and they'll literally give you cards to try out.
I mean, even me and you see a lot of things eye to eye on that are very different as DMs. So.
Yeah. I'm talking about just downright rules interpretations. Like we played with a guy who like every rule he read different. I mean, actually the rules. And I was like, I've seen people that have different themes. I've rarely seen people who use different English than me. Like they're like sentences mean different things to them. Yeah.
But back to second ed Pathfinder playtest. The PDFs have come out. The books I think will be hitting comic shops, your hobby shops.
Basil.com/playtest
this week. And so you can either get the PDFs at your peso.com/playtest, or you can go to your local comic book store, hobby store, game store, and
get a physical copy, y'all.
Yeah, pick up a physical copy. It does make things a lot easier, in my opinion, of physical copies. And I'm always for showing support for your local stores. I mean, ours is Vans, Comic Cards and Games, CCG. And I mean, we go by there and pick up all our stuff, and I like being able to put my hands on stuff before I buy it.
Right.
And I'm an adamant. I mean, I only play off of PDFs instead of physical books on systems that have been discontinued. That's like one of my core rules. Like I'll go buy the physical book for anything I like. So, and honestly, I'm definitely getting a physical for this. Just a short thing. We're going to do a full video eventually after we play test and have a play test vid.
Well, I think we're going to do Thursday.
Me.
I'm going to try to get out a video because we'll have had the PDFs for a week at that point and looked it over pretty good. So I think me and Q, and we'll probably get our boy Jarek over and do a review of the books. Friday, we're going to try to do a live stream on Twitch of a play test of the new system. So you can try to check that out Friday. I'm not probably be starting around 6 p.m. So, and
for all the fellas, we're going to have a special opportunity. Our editor is going to be a part of that video.
Booyah! Oh wow, you're pimping out our editor now.
Oh Lord,
she's the eye candy, baby. I mean, unless you know. Oh, well, I shouldn't be unfair. I'll also be there too, fellas.
There you go. All right. Now that I'm completely thrown from my so yeah, check that out if you're interested. And if you are interested in the Pathfinder, I definitely suggest checking it out and actually play testing it, because this point is where you have a voice and you can actually change the rules, help explain the rules, and make the game better for its official release next year, sometime in the summer of 2019.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I hope really that our review gets some attention, because I see a lot of potential. I mean, like I said, we're not going to do a review now, but I see a lot of potential, and I really would love to see that some of that come about, because this right here already looks like the framework is immaculate, but polished. There's some polish.
There's definitely some polish, yeah.
But the framework, I can say that much. I love the framework. The skeleton of it. I love the skeleton. The bones. The bones is good.
Oh, all right. So, any what?
I was getting ready. Yeah, I was going to say, let me send that shout out about that.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I don't think we have anything else listed for the
I'll keep this quick, because I think, I don't know, do you do DBZ? Dragon Ball Z and Super? All right. Well, they got coming up now, not in America yet. It's still in Japan. The new movie is going to be Dragon Ball Super Broly. And I really am excited about this. I've been watching and following it. And, Broly fans are divided. There's people that hate Broly and people that love Broly. And one of the things that I like about this movie is that Toriyama says, I'm going to take Broly and give him, a personality. And I'm a Broly fan, but I do love the fact that this may finally allow us to, all of those are the new movie. It's going to allow us to finally meet in the middle. The people that say, I hate Broly because he's just an idiot that just yells Kakarot, well, they're changing that. I mean, there is a lot going on here. Recent talk from other YouTubers who've done their research. So, I mean, check it out. If you want to see these shots, these are from YouTube videos where people go in and have translators and go pull it. But they're actually doing this. Actually, here's the cool part. I got to get this out. It's going to be a 90-minute movie. But
nice.
Toriyama. Sorry, wow, I just totally effed it. That's okay. He knows how he draws black people. We've been over that. I call him Toriyama until he stops giving us that weird face. I just had to get off my chest. But no, he wrote a 3-hour movie. He wrote 3 hours, and they cut it down to 90, but that's how much story he put into this. Now, I'm kind of concerned they're cutting out that much, but I am pleased that he tried to write that much story for it. I think we're going to get a full character, and I'm looking forward to that. I think we're going to get a full characterized version of Broly with motivations and all that. Plus, recent release on the trailer, I didn't know this, but apparently he's not just going to be fighting Goku and Vegeta. He is going to get to go at it with Frieza. And Broly versus Frieza has been something I've always wanted, because I've always felt that Broly is actually the Saiyan that gave Frieza nightmares. He's the one, he's always thinking oh, is it going to be Vegeta? No, it was Broly.
Yeah, I actually saw that in the trailer that Frieza does go toe-to-toe with Broly. And
no, he doesn't. He gets pimp slapped, dude. Yeah. You not see that? It's he's like, what the hell?
Man, it was like Thanos on Iron Man. So
I know. It's just oh. Yeah, call me a dirty monkey again. I dare you. You know what I'm saying? So like this is looking like it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, they're gonna have fun with this. So if you're a Brawly fan, you're gonna get a canon Brawly. Yes, I know the movies aren't technically not canon, but we're getting a Brawly in the timeline. This is gonna be the Dragon Ball Super Brawly. And even people are saying that when a TV show comes back on, this movie's probably gonna get added in, like they did Battle Against the Gods.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, secret idea. This is not my theory. There's another guy on YouTube that said this, so I'm repeating that theory. He believes that the 3-hour version is going to be in the series when they do the TV show. They're going to put all that content back in, like they did for Frieza F and the Battle Against the Gods. Because if you watched it when it came on the show, it was an extended version of the movie, effectively. But I'm happy to see it. I like Brawly, and I like this is going to shut up people who are like, Cell's stronger than Brawly. No, he ain't. Jiren's stronger than Brawly. No, he ain't. No, dude. They've already done interviews and said he's the strongest.
No, dude.
So,
I mean, I'm not on because it's like, I don't know.
Your cockroach got stepped on. Punk Cell ain't got nothing on Brawly. Brawly's the strongest. Period.
Yeah,
accept it.
Cell was strong, but if anything, Broly is by far like the strongest villain in Dragon Ball universe. Period. That I've ever actually seen that really tore every other Super Saiyan apart. Like, I mean, if you watch the original Broly film, not the Bio Broly or anything else.
That wasn't Broly. That was a crappy clone.
Yeah, but it's humans. Like, minus that, if you just go back and watch the original Broly film, you see he pimp slapped everybody.
You have to admit that it wasn't a fight. It was just a one-sided... Like, it looked like domestic abuse. It was horrible, man. He was just beating them down, and I felt like I should call somebody or send them to a shelter afterward. It was terrible. I mean, it was horrible. The original Brawly movie had the worst beatdown I've ever seen anybody do to the heroes. And in the second movie, all those Gohan fans had to watch Gohan just get slapped around for most of the movie again. And I like that because, you know, our boy Mike who's coming on, Michael, he's a big Gohan fan. And I love reminding him of like, why don't you go check out that movie? An hour watching Gohan get the crap kicked out of him in front of his woman and everything. He beat up his girlfriend, he beat up his little brother, and he whooped his tail. It was personal. That's why I said, like, I mean, just beat your whole family in front of you, man. That's cold.
All right.
Then your dead dad shows up to help you. He's beat him too. Like, man, y'all ain't nothing.
All right, so I think that's gonna wrap up this section. If you're watching on YouTube, the next video should be up tomorrow. If you're watching this, it's already up, so check that out. Where we're gonna talk to Cosmagic some more and see what he's got going on. And if you're listening to the podcast or you're watching this live, well, it's coming up next.